Welcome to the Monica Makes It Happen show. It's all because of our partners. Thank you so much, Ponce Bank, for always supporting our show and the people who really make it happen. And I can't even believe who's with us today. VIP Community Services CEO, Debbian is here. Debbie, thank you for joining us. Debbian Fletcher-Blake.
It's a pleasure to be here, Monica. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, what I love about these shows is we really get to learn all about the services that our viewers can get, the transformations that you made happen, and of course, the partners like Ponce Bank who are able to keep us going. I know that they're incredible partners for us, making things happen for our viewers every single day when it comes to money. But did you know that VIP Community Services is changing lives? I hope you do, because I've covered their stories for years. And one of my favorite stories, Debbian, is this man who was at one of your job fairs in the Bronx. And he was in a low place and he had lost hope of getting a job, but he gave it one last chance. He told me one last chance to do this. And your team at VIP Community Services took him by the hand, led him to potential bosses, and it changed his life. And I saw it in a few minutes like this. And not to say it happens that quickly every time, but Debbian, is that what VIP Community Services is all about, changing lives?
Absolutely. We change lives one person at a time, every day, always.
And each one is important. And I know it's almost like a family. And it all starts from the beginning. That's why I love this show. We're going to talk about your story, how the organization started. Then we're going to go into all the incredible services and how Ponce Bank really helped and saved the day when it comes to technology. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But first, is it true that this all started in 1974 in the basement of St. Joseph's Church?
Absolutely. Yes, it did. So, our priest at the time, Father Bonomi, was responding to what's going on in the environment at the time, the burning Bronx, a lot of drug use and people unemployed, very similar to what we're experiencing now. And so he decided he would start a job working program where people would get trained and he would send them to work. These people were people who had addiction problems. And so he used an abstinence model. You didn't use drugs, you come in, you got trained, and I will send you to work. And that's exactly what he did. And so that was our humble beginning. And we continue to do this service until today.
I love that. And, it's built on this model of treating the whole person, right? We're talking healthcare, behavioral health, job training, addiction services, and supportive housing. I'm so excited about that because I know that you don't feel alone and you get second, third chances because you need that sometimes in life. Not everyone is perfect and we have our ups and downs, but at the center of all of it, Debbian, is people really helping people. That's what's so magic about your organization.
Yeah, we provide comprehensive services. What we like to call is the comprehensive services and then the wraparound services to wrap around individuals to make sure they get the services that they need and they can thrive. And so from our primary care or housing or shelter or job training and workforce development or mental health services, all those services work as a continuum. And they also work to engage people. We have staff on the streets in difficult neighborhoods, engaging people to bring them into care so that we know that when we're touching their lives, as I said at the top of the show, Monica, one individual at a time, changing lives, we truly mean that. And that is exactly what we do. And we do that with our partners like Ponce Bank, who allow us the opportunity and the ability to do that for the people that we're serving.
And they do it in a big way. I think recently you received a $25,000 grant to help with technology and help reach even more people. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, Ponce Bank gave us a generous gift of $25,000 that we have used to expand our technology platform. We've also used some of that, Monica, in our training program. So we have interns who come in to train with us. So interns from high school, colleges, universities, medical schools, you name it. And so with that $25,000, we were able to expand it so that when they come in, they have full access to technology. and to build the program even more so. Because one of the things that I truly believe and VIP has always believed is that we have to prepare the next generation that's coming.
That's
And we
right.
have to prepare people in our communities. And so working closely with communities, taking the dollars that were given to us by Ponce Bank, the community bank that is vested in the community, and ensuring that some of that gets back to build the community resilience that we need. And so technology was the best way that we figured we could do that.
You know, my mission with every show is simple. I want every show, whether it's on digital or TV too, I always joke we do TV too, for our viewers or listeners to get something from the show. Either replicate these incredible programs themselves in their own communities, reach out to these incredible services or help, donate, volunteer. I always want an action to happen, right? And so what I love about VIP community services is the statistics, numbers. I'm a reporter, okay, in my heart. And these numbers do not, I mean, this story is incredible. So you support 411 units of affordable housing. You know, we love affordable housing. You're going to be on our new show. Over 600 units of supportive housing. You're going to explain to me what supportive housing, that is magic when it comes to this malady of this housing crisis that we've been fighting for now 10 years every single day on television. And you operate 1,700 shelter beds. I mean, this is huge. You are a housing powerhouse.
Yeah, and thankfully we were able to do so because we take people who are in shelters. We are able to provide them with supportive housing and affordable housing. And so it just makes that continuum as I talk about, and not only us, but we're able to work with our partners so that we can house people across New York City boroughs. So in a supportive housing, our goal is to ensure that people who are placed in housing remain housed. And so we provide those supports that they need, whether it's case management services, the job training services, just to make sure that they have what they need to remain in the apartments that we are placing them in. And that's the beauty of supportive housing.
I really think it's magic. Supportive housing is the magic to our housing crisis. And you have to be part of our housing show. And I know that Ponce Bank is a huge partner in creating affordable housing. So this is a match made in heaven here. But let's talk about jobs. Jobs is another area our viewers are just hungry for jobs. And how many New Yorkers have you helped so far?
So this past year, we helped over 1,300 individuals in our job training and placement program. And that's a significant number. Considering,
Yes.
it is a significant number. And, we are happy to see the unemployment rate in the Bronx has dropped since COVID. I have been watching it very closely, and that we can contribute to this because, and what we do, we partner. For example, we partner with Columbia University, their community health worker program, to make sure that, and then we go out in the community and we engage people and we help them with if it's GED they need, if it's resume building or professional development, we help them so that by the time they apply to Columbia's program, they are ready and they get accepted in the program. So, and then we have all sorts of different training programs for OSHA and security, et cetera. And we work with our partners to make sure that the people who are going through our workforce program are well trained, and then we support them. We have some case management that supports people because, it's sometimes very difficult making that transition into the workforce. And so we do everything that we possibly can, again, helping one individual at a time because every individual need is different. So even though we serve a lot of people, we understand that every individual has their own need, and we have to address those needs as best as we can.
You know what? You have the same secret sauce that I think the Monica Makes It Happen franchise and show has. Again, it's out in the community first. Community first, right? That's the idea.
Absolutely.
Number two, partnerships, always aligning with partners like Ponce Bank who have the same mind, but also heart, right? For helping, right? And then it's that personalized care, like every story matters. Every person matters and is part of why you have such a big number of people that you help, because I think they tell a friend. It's always word of mouth too. I feel like, if you have all of these people saying the same thing about VIP community services, you're doing something incredibly right. 51 years starting in a church basement, and now look at you. You're growing leaps and bounds. And I think when we come back, I want to hear some of those actual stories. That's after the commercial break with our CEO. All right, we're back with the CEO of VIP Community Services. Thank you, Debbian Fletcher-Blake, for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
You're an awesome guest. And now I want to get to the heart of the success story that is VIP Community Services. Tell me about one of those transformation stories. I mean, I saw firsthand how you changed someone's life at a job fair. Can you give me one of these incredible stories of opportunity and change?
Sure, there are so many stories that I could tell, but in particular, there was one young man who came to New York from the South. He was in a shelter and found out that we were opening one of our supportive housing. And he applied and he was housed with us. He went through our job training program, and today he is employed by VIP Community Services.
So he's full circle, giving back to the very people that he knows firsthand. That's so awesome. The circle of giving continues. I love that story. And there's so many stories like that, right? Because to narrow it down, I'm sure you had to think pretty hard because you have so many
very hard. Yeah. There's so many stories we have like that. So many stories, just on and on, helping people, whether it is people who were in the shelter system who we diagnosed with a particular illness and who we helped through, all the way to housing people and reuniting people with families. That one is really heart-touching and heartwarming, when we can reunite people who haven't seen their families in a long time. Moms with their children and dads with their children and aunts and uncles and cousins. It's truly remarkable to see that. And we do that all the time.
Yeah, I remember getting an award from the Real Dads Network, and the man who gave me the award said he saw our story in prison about this network of dads. So you just never know who's watching or who needs to see it. And he said he changed his relationship with his young daughter. And he said, I can do this. And I think that's what you do. You give hope to those who see other people can do it. And you hire a team that's so good at what they do, and that's social work. Because we always forget about the social work aspect of it, which is really the heart of it. Talk to me about the addiction services. Why is this such a part of the compassion and understanding that you provide?
Now, as you know, the opioid epidemic has really hit the Bronx hard. Nationally it did, and the Bronx really had its own share of the burden of addiction, of opioid addiction. Addiction is one of those things that is so stigmatized that people sometimes don't seek help, or people who provide those addiction services are viewed as, on the sides of society. And the people who need the services are further pushed to the side and not much compassion. We see them and we think, oh my God, they're using, and we have all kinds of stigmatizing words and phrases that we use for people who have addiction problems. And combined with that is what we call comorbid conditions. So mental illness, a lot of times, people with addiction also have mental illness. And so those are not the most glamorous of any diagnosis that anyone will have. Even when we think about people with cancer, we have more compassion for those kinds of illnesses than we do for addiction, which is equally debilitating, which is equally a disease of the brain, and one that affects families and breaks people down to a place where, sometimes they can't get up. And that's when, there's overdose and deaths, et cetera. But our society has to look at addiction a little bit differently. It's a disease of the brain. It really is. And so that's how we treat people with addiction. We have compassionate care for them, and we have all the other services that they need to help them along the way. And it is a disorder of starts and stops, and we understand that. People will use who use substances will sometimes abruptly stop and they can maintain, but there's relapse along the way for some people. And we have to have that compassion and that understanding that this is part of the illness. It's the trajectory of the illness. And so our goal is to help people to minimize their relapse and to get them to a place where they don't relapse, right? But it takes time and it takes patience and it takes understanding. And our society doesn't give people that. And that is why it is so difficult.
And I love that you're there. I love to know that VIP Community Services is doing the work and is so successful. What is supportive housing for someone watching? It really is. I mean, it is that full, we talk about, we show the, the hope and getting new housing, and that's hopefully what happens. But what about staying in that housing? How do you make sure that someone is able to, like, let's say, pay their rent every month, go grocery shopping, little things like that that might be difficult if you're just starting a new life?
Yeah, yeah. And you're so right, because those things are big for some people, right? They may be little for us, they're big for some people. And understand that in a lot of our supportive housing buildings, people have other co-occurring illnesses. So mental illness, substance use disorder, other physical illnesses that limit them from doing some of the exact same things that you talked about. And so that's where the supportive services come in. They help people to stay on their Medicaid benefits so that they can get the medical care that they need. So they help them to reapply for their benefits. They help people to pay their rent, on time. So calendars, calendaring things as simple as your rent is due this day. You need to be able to reapply for your benefits and keep your benefits current so you don't lose them and lose your housing. You need to eat properly. And this is, if you don't have resources for food, or case managers and social workers will help and refer people and make sure they have food. We have families in our supportive housing, for example, and make sure the children go to school and they get the education they need, the after school supports that they need. We help people with their resumes to make sure they get and stay employed, and professional development, basic things like groups, or case managers will run different type of groups depending what's happening in the communities, so that people have the resources and also the partnerships and also have that ability to interact with their peers in the facilities where they live and talk about things that are common among them. So it's a complete spectrum of services that we provide in the supportive housing buildings.
That's fabulous.
And we make sure that people are seeing their medical providers. That's so important, and their behavioral health providers.
And you know what? Talking to people about you, they say, I didn't get the handbook to life. Nobody taught me how to live my life. And so many people, I'm sure, watching can relate to that. It's not easy sometimes to navigate life and navigate, especially how expensive everything is nowadays, too. And you're there in every place they need. And that's what's so great about VIP Community Services. And I'm such a fan. Coming up after the commercial break, I want to talk, Debbian, a little bit about this technology and how Ponce Bank has helped, but also more about how our viewers can get. They're probably watching going, I need this, I need help, or I want to support this. And you also need partners always, right, that can also partner with you to help. So let's talk about that after the commercial break. Okay, we're back with the CEO of VIP Community Services. Now, this is the good stuff. This is where our people love to hear the good stuff. How do they get in touch with you? What kind of resources can they get? And hopefully, I'm not cramming so much into one question. How are partnerships so important, like Ponce Bank, to making this happen in our communities?
Okay, so I will start with the partnership first, and then I'll tell people how to get in touch with us. So, the work that we do, we can't do it alone. Partners help us to do the work, right? Whether it's by referral or providing the financial resources or the people resources that we need to do the work. Then the partners are also an expansion of the work. Right? I like to look at it as an expansion of the work that we do. So, what does that mean? For example, Ponce Bank. We provide all these services, but we are also able to provide some financial literacy for patients or residents and our clients. And so we can call in Ponce Bank and say, can you do this? Or we can refer people to Ponce Bank to start their own accounts because the more you save, the better your future is going to be, right? So we can provide that. So it's an expansion of the work that we're doing into the community.
I love that because so many times, especially in my home, we did not talk about money. Money was taboo because we didn't have any. So it was hard to talk about it. It's the opposite. You should be talking more about it, learning about it, not be afraid. Any age you can start over. I know I'm starting at a very old age, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's about starting small and being humble and asking questions and having a great partner like Ponce Bank to hold your hand a little bit. And then VIP Community Services, you can't lose. These are two incredible organizations that want to help. So if anyone's watching, they're here for you, whether it's housing support, job training, health services, right? Talk about the how do they reach you? Like if right now they want to reach you, what's the best way? I love you on Instagram. I watch you guys on Instagram all the time. But how do
Yes.
they reach you?
So we are on Instagram and also our website, www.vipservices.org. Again, www.vipservices.org. And the VIP is, or patients are the VIP, or residents are the VIP, or clients are the VIP, or partners are the VIP. So it's very easy to remember. You remember VIP and services, and that's how you reach us.
Well, Debbian, you're the VIP, and so is Ponce Bank, poncebank.com. You're the VIP in my eyes and the Pix 11 community champion that is making everything happen. I said it before we were rolling. It trickles down from a great CEO with so much heart leading her team to get so much done in our city. And again, to think it started in a church basement in 1974. Now you're helping thousands of New Yorkers every single day. This is what real community change looks like. So reach out to VIP Community Services. Thank you, Debbian, for joining us. What a great conversation. You'll come back on the show, right?
Absolutely. And thank you, Monica, for having us. And to Ponce Bank and all our partners, I say thank you.
And I have a feeling you're going to be a partner in our job show. That's what I'm thinking. I'm working with your team on that already. But back to our viewers, our incredible viewers, thank you for always watching. We have all of these digital shows. So don't forget, Monday is all about money. We're getting money for our viewers. We have a great update coming up. And then Tuesday, jobs, jobs, jobs. Wednesday is Giving with Goya. We're going to be giving so much every Wednesday with Goya. And Thursdays is Affordable Housing, our affordable housing show, which is really so exciting. We've already started with a big exclusive. Don't forget to watch us on TV too. Now, Fridays, we're going to do our follow-ups with all of our fabulous stories, but don't forget to watch us on TV too. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Mondays, always 11 a.m. or 4:30 p.m. Don't forget to watch Pix 11 News as well and reach out to me if you need any help. It's Monica Morales TV on all of our social media platforms. Thank you, VIP Community Services. Let's keep making it happen together. See you next time.